Yeah, sure, I'll save my game, why not? So, hello everybody, welcome back to, ZOOTR. I have a couple of things I need to mark on the tracker that I stupidly didn't. One is Epona's song. One is the Deku Shield. And Bomb Shoes. Yeah. Might not be entirely sure about that yet, but as you can see, off-screen I grinded up to 200 rupees, so I wanted to go ahead and grab some stuff in the shops that I was not able to get before, but that now I can. One of those things is this bottle right over here. Fairy bottle for 185 rupees, why not? That's a lot of money, but it's a hell of a deal, let me tell you. I hope that's actually a bottle and not just, yeah, it's actually a bottle. Cool. So mark that. We now have 2 bottles! Now when we go to catch the Zora eggs... wait, that's the wrong game. There I go again with the Majora's Mask references. What else is new there? So now, if you will permit me, I'd like to grind more rupees. I think 195 is close enough. I mean, I could have gone for the full 200 there, but I don't think that anything I'm looking for is actually going to be 200 straight up. I'm going to check here real quick. I think there was just a Skulltula in here. There's a piece of heart, too. The stuff on the right side of the shop is usually not randomized, so, like, if there was a bottle here, it wouldn't be over here. It would always be on the left side. That's just how the randomizer works. So that's part of the reason why I haven't gotten any fish or any bugs that have been selling in the shops. So there are 2 shops that I haven't checked yet for whatever reason. It just never crossed my mind that, like, you know, in the adult timeline, Hyrule Town is taken over and those shops had to move somewhere. And so those shops actually moved into Kakariko Village. It just never... I don't know why I never made the connection there that there was 2 shops in Kakariko Village. Because I was trying to figure that out before. There was a shop I knew was there in Kakariko Village, but only sometimes. And I didn't realize it was like, well, only sometimes means only as an adult, because it's the same shop that was actually there. But in the randomizer, it's a different shop. So they actually have different stuff there as an adult. So it would be worth going down there to see what kind of stuff they're selling, because for all I know, there's been stuff there that I could get all this time. And I kind of shudder to think, you know, if it turns out, what if the ocarina's in there? Something like that, it wouldn't exactly be the most... not the most pleasing thought to enter my head in the last 24 hours. Anyway, well, as long as we're making this trip over, I guess I can discuss our little comment question of the day, which was, what do you think, in your opinion, is the most underrated YouTube channel? And I'm flattered by all the people who said me for the answer. That's really sweet of you, I appreciate it. But I was actually surprised at, like, how many memories it brought back reading some of the names I saw you people putting in there. Like Rowan Mithril, holy mackerel, man, when was the last time I heard that name? I remember watching him play Mega Man and also Gemini Laser and Pink Kitty Rose. Those 3 were like my holy trinity. More like my holy shit. I don't know what any of them are up to these days. Clement J64, that was another good one somebody mentioned. Let's see. Well, it's not in here. Let me see. Somebody mentioned Argon Matrix, which made me really happy. There's a song here. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. At least it's over 99 rupees, but there it is! There's the ocarina! What song do we got? Requiem of Spirit, but that's 250, wow. No, I have to get it. I have no choice. I have no choice, baby. Oh my god, I can't believe the Ocarina was there all that time. Of course, like I said before, I didn't get the Adult's Wallet until pretty recently. But the Adult's Wallet was actually in a place where I could have accessed it very early, though. So what do we got over here? Is that the Lens of Truth? Hang on. Oh man, it totally is. Oh, and it's cheap, too. Man, I wish you could sell stuff at shops. Well, I know somewhere we can sell stuff. Hang on a second here. Just a cotton-picking minute. Right over here. I'm not gonna sell my bugs just yet, but, here, I'll sell you this. That's not how the Force works. That's what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, sure. Sales are all final. You know what? I mean, I can always get more bugs. But it's obviously going to be a while before we get to those last 2 spots. Seeing as how the Requiem of Spirit is 250 rupees, that means we're going to need a whole nother wallet upgrade before we can ever pick that up. Something tells me we're not going to get there the normal way anytime soon, so I'm going to go ahead and get this. Which pretty much sends us right back to being a kid again now, doesn't it? Not that I have a problem with that. I'm just having a really hard time adjusting to adulthood, man. It's really hard. I don't know how to work a job. I don't know what a marketing report is. I don't even know what my social security number is. Someone actually mentioned in the comments that I didn't talk to the Goron kid like a second time after the first time. And for the life of me now, I should just go back and check the video. I don't remember having to talk to him a second time. But if it turns out that you can, or that you have to actually get his item, well then I better remember to go back and do that at some point. Otherwise, we're going to be in a world of crap here. So we now have the Ocarina, which is a big deal. And what was the other thing we picked up? Lens of Truth. Where are you? Right there. Okay. Now. So now that we have an Ocarina, I'm going to go ahead and make a beeline for Zelda's Lullaby. Which means, you know what? More grinding! There's going to be more fast-forwarding in this episode than there's going to be normal speed. Which I actually don't mind too much because my mouth is feeling really funky today. It's probably because of all that ham and cheese salad I ate, you know. The cheese in the salad is dairy, you know, and that's what causes me to... You know, I can have dairy, but only so much of it, but the cheese, though, the Velveeta, even if you slice it up in little cubes, it adds up. Okay, so now that we have our money refilled, I'm happy to report that I'll be going back to being an adult now. Just to pick up Zelda's lot. Well, actually, you know, I can get that as a kid. What am I doing? You're crazy, man. Alright. And also, I fixed the game sound issue. I figured it out. I figured out what was wrong. It wasn't actually an issue with Streamlabs OBS, or as some people call it, slobs. I never realized that abbreviation existed until I started looking this up. But yeah, it was actually on Sony Vegas' side where the problem was, so... Like, hey man, whatever. You know, I'm glad it's fixed now. Don't have to worry about it anymore. So there's a number of things we can do. Oh, shoot. Minuet of Forest. I was gonna say, go get the song there, but you have to be an adult to do that, so not quite yet. Not quite yet. Although it might be faster to get to Goron City by playing the song and just taking the shortcut through the Lost Woods. But now that I'm going this way, I'm just gonna keep going this way because whatever. So the couple of other answers I saw in the comments were H.C. Bailey, an incredibly prolific and very thorough RPG Let's Player, who's been doing it just about as long as me and Emil have, if not longer. He's been around since the early days. One of the first videos I remember seeing of him was going through the Ice Cave in Final Fantasy 1. And thinking to myself, wow, who is this guy and what is he doing and why does this look so fun? Wouldn't you know it, here we are 10 years later still doing it. I'll tell you what, man. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. Any other way. There was one name I was kind of surprised to see. It was H. Bomber Guy. That's a name that I've heard mentioned a few times over on Mallor's podcast, which I kind of started listening to recently. It's not like... we don't really have any real crossover interests except for gaming a little bit. I think he's more about reviewing movies and stuff, but he mentions H. Bomber Guy occasionally, and so it was weird to see that crossover there of, you know, a name getting mentioned by somebody that I'd never really thought that there was any connection there, you know, but it's like hearing the name from two different places is pretty cool. I could get the Goron tunic now. I don't really have any huge use for it. But whatever. Okay, so hang on a second. I should probably equip the Ocarina while we're at it. Yeah, a similar thing happened earlier today. I was playing Xenoblade, and I was kind of looking for something to put on in the background, and nobody that I followed was really doing anything that I was too terribly interested in. So I just went to browse, and I looked up Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, and I found somebody that's playing it. And I watched her for a little bit, and then it turns out that a couple of people I know actually follow her. So it's like, well, hey, you know, what a coincidence, huh? Do I have Saria's song? Yes, I do. I don't have to look on the subscreen. I got it right here on my tracker, so... Bump, bump, bump. Dump, dump on the toilet seat. Sing over it so the copyright doesn't pick it up. What a nice tune! You're not gonna get to watch me dance, though. So we don't have time for that. What you got? Ooh! Dungeon map for bottom of the well, huh? Kakariko well. Well, there you go. So there's another one. We don't have any keys for that yet, but that kind of doesn't matter too much. Man, once we get the Song of Storms, we'll be able to do that, though. Anyway, so we don't actually need... Well, I mean, this is how you normally do this anyway, isn't it? So you get the fire from the torches in here, and you just come in here and light these up. I mean, if you have Jen's fire, I guess you can do it normally. It's funny, we haven't found a lot of uses for the magic that we picked up yet. Whatever. Put that away. Put it away. You're gonna get us all killed over here, Link. Here, replace that Deku Stick now. That's a good boy. Alright, we don't have Goron's bracelet, but that's okay because we do have bombs. So don't mind if I do. Hey, and even if he spills out rupees, I'll pick him up. Because I have use for them. But who needs that? We have a prize anyway. First try, baby. And that's another Deku Stick. Oh, there are a lot of those, though, aren't there? Okay, well, alright then. So we have Zelda's Lullaby, which means a number of things. Let's see, well, what first here, though? Which one do we go to first? We can warp, can't we? Where can we warp? Just to the forest? Well, where's the closest ferry? Because I know there's one on Death Mountain, but that doesn't necessarily mean... Well, you know what? That we are close to that. Aha, you ain't gonna get me. Alright, first Great Fairy, right here. Now, there is one inside the crater, too, but we need a hammer to get that one, so... No dice there, but this will be the first of many. Oh, great Spirit Temple music. Spirit Temple music and the Great Fairy Fountain is a good match, let me tell you. Some of them are a little distracting, as some people have pointed out, and I totally get that. Oh, thanks for the rupees, man. That actually helps, because there is other stuff still yet in the shops. There's one other YouTube channel that's kind of underrated that I always liked, was Summoning Assault. I don't know if he's necessarily underrated, because you do hear about him here and there. But man, what an interesting channel. He goes into the history of all, like, speedruns and stuff. And, like, who had the speedrun at this particular time and how they took it over. His Mario Kart videos was, like, crazy, out of this world. He tells all the little stories of how the tricks were done and who discovered them and stuff. It's really interesting. Well, that didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. Here we are. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh. That was very off-key. Man, remember that one time I came down here and died? Those were good times. Oh shoot, I don't have Din's Fire or any other way to light these torches in this video. One more, where are you? Is he over there? Jeez, what's he doing up there? Holy crap, dude. Jeez. Didn't even have to aim at that one. Shoot, I'm gonna have to remember to come back here for this one, though. Oh, dude, I walked through the acid so I wouldn't have to deal with you, and then you came in and come after me anyway, man. So I guess I need to come up with a comment question of the day for tomorrow, huh? This poem is dedicated to the blah blah blah, and you get a gold Skulltula for 26. Let's make sure that number is consistent here. Yep, it totally is. Sure, I'd love to save. That'd be great. Get away from me, you skinny ass bone. Now, you don't do it 2 times. You can't do it 2 times in a row. Alright, so since we've eliminated, well, okay, so just the one by Castletown then? Well, I guess we'll be headed that way then. Wait, is it daytime? Sure doesn't look like it. If I was playing that minigame in Mario Odyssey, I'd be doing pretty good right now. I think that was the big one that was coming after me there just now. The big stealth boss, I mean. So as long as we have 200 rupees, I suppose, buying that piece of heart wouldn't be the worst idea, because you never know when you're going to pick up another 200 rupees. Piece of heart, how much was that again? I mean, it's going to be a lot, but whatever. Oh, it's only 50. Well, you know, sure. Alright, so it's another piece of heart. That gives us 13. Oh, what else you got over here? Which one is cheapest? Ooh, it's this one. Alright. I got 27 gold Skulltulas. And that's all I want from you for now. Oh, now that we have the Ocarina, we can do the thing with the kid in the forest now. And finish up the map side quest, too. Oh, I'll have to remember that, because that's like one of those little things that's easy to forget. Oh, we can also play the minigame in the forest, too. Make sure and do that on the way. If we get the slingshot, that would really complete the swipe here now, wouldn't it? But in the meantime, yeah, let's just go hang out with the Great Fairy over here for a little bit. Nice throw. It's landed right as the explosion happened. Know any better, I'd say I was the H-bomber guy around here. Here we go. What have we got for ourselves to claim from Miss Boobs? Another gold Skulltula. I'm supposed to be giving you jewelry, not the other way around. Alright, so is that pretty much... I think that's pretty much all that's going to be on our errand list for the foreseeable future. Zora's Domain, and then the two things in the woods that we can do now. So, throw me out. I'm done with you. I might just go ahead and grind up rubies and get that next Skulltula. You know? I don't know. There's really no reason for me to, though. I don't know, though. I mean, maybe... Somebody did say, you know, it'd be pretty cool to see me do 100% on this. It wouldn't take that long, and it would be kind of fun, and you get to fill out the whole tracker. So, I don't know, maybe I will. I haven't really decided that yet. The only thing left to decide at this point now is what is the comment question of the day gonna be? Okay, I got one. This is another one you see on Ask Reddit all the time, but it's always funny to think about. What is the worst possible song that you could sneak onto someone's sex playlist that would just come on randomly while they were in the middle of getting it on? What would be the funniest, I guess? One of my favorite answers to this question is Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, but I'm sure there's ones that are way worse than that, so feel free to share them with the rest of the class, students, because apparently this is a school now.